What's up, guys? We're gonna 𝗷𝗙𝗣𝗘, and today I want to start a new series where we go through all the most slept on stock plugins and we make a beat with it. So obviously you can see right here the one we're gonna start with, which is my favorite in FL Studio, which is Toxic Biohazard. And this is actually what lured me into FLs, because I just like this plugin and like the design. It kind of looked like a alien spaceship. So we can just go ahead and get started with our little melody and stuff. The preset I'm using is called Chorus, and I believe it is in pads. There's a ton of sounds in here. I don't know, it's somewhere in here. I think it's somewhere. I don't know. I can't find it right now. Here it is, right here. Chorus. That's pretty much what it sounds like. So let's go ahead and get started. We can grab in a quick little scale. I don't know. Let's do like a A sharp. A sharp minor. We can just start with a basic, nice little pad. Let's do like this. Maybe we can just keep going up. It's a little too. I'm gonna change this to thirds and kind of split these up. Now I want it to sound a little bit darker, so what I'm gonna do is actually move these up. Oops, let's pull it all up an octave, like so. I think this is good for our little first. Let's copy it over so we can copy the rhythm. Now let me zoom in so you can see like the placement of the notes for the grid. And then over here, I guess what we can do is just use that original to kind of brighten it up a bit. So basically what we have right here, but just split it up. What I'm gonna do is actually take this arrow and pull it in. Actually, let's do the whole thing. Give it a different little kind of tone. So I'm letting my last note right here kind of stop in the middle so that it's kind of on the grid. That way it has a little bit more rhythm into it. Now, I'm not gonna mess around with the velocity and stuff too much. I'm just kind of play around. You know, I kind of like that rhythm actually, so I'm gonna revert that. It's definitely something off about it, but I think this is closer. And I kind of want like a blend of the two a bit. Yeah, something like that. All right, so that's what I'm gonna use for our bass pad, and now we can go ahead and move on to the next sound. So the next preset we're using is this one here. Okay, so this is what it sounds like. It's kind of like a keyboard sound. I think that's what that's short for. I'm gonna turn this up just slightly so we can hear it. And I think, wait, did I just play something now? Okay, I think we can copy this and just build off of this, because I kind of like the vibe that we already kind of got. So I'm just gonna build off of this. Come down. And maybe we can kind of repeat this. Of course, we want to shorten this up. I think I can make this a little bit bigger so you can see the notes a little bit more clear. And let's go on the grid, make a chord up. So I'm gonna use this, and we're just gonna make a chord backwards from this C. And then that should sound pretty good. We'll adjust. Okay, I like that, but you just want to strum it. So I like doing things manually, because sometimes this doesn't really stretch it right. There we go. Okay, I like that. I'm not gonna mess with velocity stuff because it'll take too long. Just very tedious work. I think just kind of pull some of this out, pull this over, and then for variation on this side, you always want to add a little bit of variation. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, but I think we can pull Let's see, let's pull this F because this is the same note, so it should sound good theoretically, but it should brighten up this chord to make it sound like a different chord progression. Okay, so now we have a nice little 8-bar loop for our melody. Very smooth. I like that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next sound. For our next sound, we have a little bell. Okay, so with this one, I want to kind of just add a little bit more, because right now all we really did was just copy the melody and just change it up a bit. So I could use my ear for this and just kind of play around with chords, what doesn't work, what works, right? And how to do that, right? Like, you just place a chord. How you do that, you skip the area of the note, and you just see if it sounds good with the stuff that you have. It's that simple. That sounds bad, so you would just adjust. That sounds way better, so I will use something like that. And if you wanted to change the vibe, you could pull this down, give it a suspended. It's kind of up to you and the sound that you want. I'm gonna actually use this, kind of like that. Maybe we can build into it. I do feel like this is a little loud. Let's build up back to this note. And then we can kind of just do that same rhythm. Just kind of see what that sounds like. And right now what I'm doing is just making a top melody, and then we'll fill it out by making chords. So other ways you could do that, you could just do something like this, right? You could just pull the melody note down, or you can make it up or down. You'll have to kind of guess and check with those methods, because sometimes it doesn't work, but we'll, you know, right? But usually it does. So I'm gonna keep this going, and I kind of like what we have now. So I'm just gonna kind of pull these out so we know what's the top melody, right? And then we just fill in the chords below. So I don't know, we could try something like this, but I don't know. Doesn't sound bad. I want some a little bit more like bright. Maybe if we see, maybe if we do something like this. I think we can just copy this kind of thing right here, over here. Pull those back out. All right, I think that's pretty good. And then over here, I don't know, let's just pull this back over here. Now the reason I'm pulling this is because if you look at here, this circles back. So that's why I pulled that over. So let's play it, see what this sounds like all together. And then we just copy it over. I think we spent a lot of time on this. I think this is good enough, right? We can just kind of start making our beat now. Now, before we get started with the 808, I do want to mention with this plugin, you can add effects too. So like for this bell here, I do think it's a little too like up front. So I added some reverb, right? And you can kind of max it out if you think it's not enough. You can add delay. Just kind of add to the mood, but that's up to you and what you want to do. And they also, you also have like an EQ here as well, but I'm not gonna mess with that too much. So let's go ahead and add this 808. Should be pretty simple. We start with a D sharp, and then you could do the trick where you go down 5. Now the reason why we go down 5 is because it's the 5th, right? So if you go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you pull it up, that's the 5th, so that's why it works. So we're just gonna use that, and let's Control L, or I guess not. And I'm gonna Shift D, and then just put these in the spots. Let's do 1/2 beat. Just make a consistent rhythm like this. We can have a little distortion. It kind of fits the style. So I think that's good for our 808. Let's go ahead and add our little drum. Now, lastly, we're just gonna go ahead and add our drums. This should be pretty simple. This is a pretty smooth beat, so you shouldn't have to do too much with the drums. Just kind of keep going with the same rhythm we already have. And usually with this, I like to mute some of the stuff just so it doesn't ruin the end. Maybe we can throw in. I'm gonna pull these parts up just so they stand out a little bit more than the other ones. Okay, so now let's add some hi-hats, play around with some of these. I kind of like these to be a little low. I'm gonna quantize this. Quantize, chop it. You can kind of do whatever you want with this. I kind of like to wait to do that. Kind of like it the opposite way. Let's see if we can. So I like this rhythm, but I don't like this part. So I gotta figure something out. That's a little bit more smooth, kind of like what I was thinking. Let's try adding one of these. And then maybe we can add like a little triplet just because it's kind of part of that style. And I'm gonna just actually put bar here and reactivate. It'll probably get annoying, but I think it's fine for now. I'm gonna just lower it slightly, and I'm pretty much done. I mean, we'll just add some of these little hats in here. I'll just float that up. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We can. I don't want those playing the whole time. Of course, we can mix and stuff, but just want to get the idea across. So let's play it once or twice through. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.